Hello students, I hope you all are fine with your family at your home. Today, I have come in front of you with the explanation of the second chapter of a prescribed textbook, Flamingo. The chapter's name is The Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. It has been written by XII. The writer XII was born in 1964 in Rourkela. She has received her education in Hyderabad and the United States of America. She is one of the foremost writers of our country and a major columnist for many newspapers. In this story, she has written about the deplorable state, the miserable condition of those children who are forced to work at a tender age, an age when they should be enjoying their childhood. I told you the name of the story is The Lost Spring, and spring metaphorically suggests the period of childhood. It suggests hope, optimism, happiness. And this spring is lost for these children. When you read the story, you would see that the writer is very observant. She has observed two different sections of society, picked up two protagonists who happen to be children, and through that she has explained the condition which these children undergo. The first section of the story has been named Sometimes I Find a 1 rupee in the Garbage. The protagonist here is a little boy called Sahib. The writer XII sees this boy along with the other boys every day in her neighborhood, scrounging for gold. She feels as if they're searching for something, they're scrounging for something in the garbage. And after many days of observing them, one day she asks Sahib why he does that thing. Why does he pick garbage? And Sahib answers, it was because he has nothing else to do. Then the writer, XII, advises him to go to school. And Sahib says that there is no school in his neighborhood. XII tells Sahib that if she makes one school, if Sahib would like to come there, and Sahib readily agrees. After some days, Sahib comes back again to the writer XII and asks her if that school was ready. The writer XII is greatly embarrassed at having made a promise which was not meant to be. And uh, she answers, she hesitates and answers that making a school requires time. It takes a much longer time to make a school. And then the writer starts explaining, writing about and introducing these children. She says that after seeing these children for so many days, she has got to know each one of them. This boy Sahib, his full name is Sahib-e-Alam, and he doesn't know the irony lying in his name. Sahib-e-Alam means Lord of the Universe, but Sahib is a poor rag picker. He and his family and many other families like them had migrated from Bangladesh many years before because their homes and their fields were swept away by storm. They needed something to sustain their livelihood, and therefore they came to this city. The writer Anis Chang says that these little boys, they appear like morning birds. They all of them appear in the morning and disappear in the afternoon. And all of them, they are devoid of any chappals, any footwear. They don't wear any footwear. When Anis Chang asks the reason of not wearing chappal, not wearing footwear, one of the boys says that the mother has not brought it from the upper shelf. The writer Anis Chang feels that not wearing footwear is a kind of explanation of a perpetual state of poverty of children like Sahib. This tradition of not wearing footwear reminds the writer Anis Chang of yet another story. A man from Udupi once told Anis Chang that when he had been a little boy and while he was going to school, he always crossed a temple where his father was a priest. He stopped there and prayed to Goddess to give him a pair of shoes. After 30 years, the writer visits the same city, Udupi, and the same temple. The temple has become desolate now, but the priest's son is wearing school uniform and a pair of shoes. Seeing this, the writer thinks that this boy must be praying to Goddess every day that he should not lose this pair of shoe. The boys like Sahib take the writer to the place where these children live, and that place is Simapuri. It is at the border of Delhi. But metaphorically, it is miles away from that place, from the capital city. Because the people here, they are devoid of the basic necessities of life, even when they are residing in the capital city. They live in small huts, structures of mud, roofs of tin, devoid of any sewage, any drainage or running water. Nearly 10,000 rag pickers live here. They don't have any identity here. They don't have anything here. Only they have ration cards. But then if asked about whether they would like to go back to Bangladesh, everybody's answer is no. Because according to them, filling their stomach is much more important than having an identity. And back at Bangladesh, they have nothing to sustain them. The writer is greatly concerned at the pathetic condition of these rag pickers. She feels that garbage is the only means for their survival. After a few days, the writer sees Sahib wearing a pair of shoes. He is standing outside a neighborhood club. When asked about those shoes, he proudly says that they had been discarded by a rich boy just because it had a hole. But it does not concern Sahib. He knows that he could afford this shoe, but the game which he was watching intently, tennis, it was not beyond his reach. The writer Anis Jung feels that garbage has two meanings for these people. For the elderly ones, garbage is the means of survival, their livelihood. But for the children, it is a gift wrapped up in wonder. Because whenever they scrounge, whenever they search in this garbage, they have a hope that they can find some money, some 1 rupee note there. It's a kind of hope for them. After some days, the writer sees Sahib with a steel canister, and she gets to know that Sahib has got a job at a tea stall where he gets 800 rupees. But then he is not happy. He is not happy because the steel canister appears to be much heavier than the rag picking bag. Because at least that bag was his. But now the steel canister belongs to the owner of the tea stall. In any way, these children's lives, they are devoid of the basic necessity. Their right to enjoy childhood, their right to go to school in childhood, their right to play, their right to have a very, very comfortable childhood. And therefore, it is this condition which always concerns and bothers the writer. This is all for today. My dear students, please complete the assignment which I'm just now about to give. You have to write about the reason of the rag pickers leaving their own home and whether they're happy or not. Your word limit is about 120 words. We shall be discussing about the question answers in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.